Okay, greetings. Rich here again. This is my channel, Classic Games Redefined. We're doing another Mutator Monday. This one is, the category I'm calling it is pooled resource pooling. And in resource pooling, and we're going to apply it to Magic, which is what we have here. We're using Tabletop Simulator simply because they have Magic cards, and I could show what it was here. This is one application. Pretty much, let me go a little bit of what I mean by resource pooling. Typically, you'll have resources amongst players, and they have their own. In Magic, for example, a resource you would have would be like life points. Everybody has their own. So, what you do is you end up saying the players share them. And by doing that, you can change the dynamics of the game. And I'm going to call this version of resource pooling three-headed dysfunctional dragon. Excuse me, three-headed dysfunctional giant. If you're into the two-headed giant, this is like that. Well, you start out here. Well, look at this. You'll see here, each player starts off with 20 and just having 20-sided die. And typically the thing you have here. Now, we're going to do resource pooling to this here. Simply put, you're wondering what in the heck I'm doing. Let's go do it this way. And this way. Now, what we did here was that the players now have resources pooled. They're life points. 10 points of this player's points. By the way, I just put some cards out here. These aren't decks. This is just to give you an example. 10 of the life would go here. 10 of his person's life points go here. 10 there, 10 there, 10 there, 10 there. And what you do is when it's a player's turn, you play out cards. And what you do here is this player will take on both of these players. And when he does damage to, like, this player here, for example, you end up reducing the life thing. This player, that's the thing they're trying to get to 0. And then both these players are eliminated. So, by attacking with creatures he put out, so he has different creatures, and they come across an attack, for example. By doing that, end result is that gets reduced to 0, and you win the game. Same thing, he attacks that, the players go like this here, that player goes there. Now there's a question about what if you can gain life. You get a choice of allocating to whichever way you want to be. This, I figure resource pooling you play elsewhere, but this came from practical experience when I was doing Magic the Gathering, and I was playing against some guys, and they were complaining I was beating them up too much, and didn't like my deck, and they wanted to gang up against me, and I said that wasn't fair. So what I did here instead was came up with this variant. Now we're sticking under resource pooling, so... Anyhow, this is just something to take a look at and some food for thought. You know, you could play it so if this person attacks, all the creatures can block, but I'd recommend not. I'd recommend targeting one of the two players. See, if you have anything like this, you could pool life together, etc. And there's other ways you could do it, but this would be a useful thing here. So this is the three-headed dysfunctional giant, for the lack of a better word. And you have the 20 lives here, so you can apply it that way. And that's pretty much this Mutator. So this is a variant you can play. And you'd obviously roll to see who goes first, whatever else, and go accordingly. And just to show this here, yeah, let me go in again. This is just a piece of glass in the middle. As I said, there's just a bunch of artifacts, and I didn't try to create decks. This is just something I pulled out. So in Magic, you'd have it. Remember, he's shifting it over here, and then when you attack, you whittle it down. So this is one of the uses. I'm sure you could think of other uses for it, but this is primarily one. So anyhow. Okay, that's it. I do want to thank you for watching, and may your die always roll 5.